Hello and good morning, all of you. I welcome you to my class of English, and once again, we are going to continue the same lesson, A Question of Trust by Victor Cannon. As I told you, Victor Cannon was a famous English writer of novel and thrillers. His thrillers are famous for their romance, mystery, and suspense. Children, I also told you about the theme of the story we have discussed. So let me revise some of the important point of the story. The story, A Question of Trust, is based on the robbery committed in a house at Shotover Grange. Two professional thieves and burglars come face to face while on the same mission of robbing a safe in the house. Both of them made elaborate preparation to make the theft a complete success. Horace Dunbar robbed a safe every year only to buy rare and expensive books. He was caught red-handed by a lady who was putting a red dress. The young lady in red was also a thief, but she presented herself as if she is the mistress of the house. Horace, in confusion, requests her to go away. She threatened to call the police. At last, a compromise was reached. The cost of Horace's freedom was settled. He was to open the safe and hand over the jewels to her. Horace thought that he was opening the safe for the lady of the house. He did not even think in a dream that this lady was a burglar or a thief herself. He thought she is the mistress of the house and she wanted that he should open that safe because she has to take jewelry, and in return Horace, since he was confused, he still was thinking till the last moment that she is the lady of the house. He opened the safe for her. Okay, and she told him that if you will open the safe, I will not hand you over to the police. And children, that's why he had so much faith in that lady that he did not even put his gloves while opening the safe. He was only thinking that after opening the safe, she would not let him hand him to the police, and he will reach safely to his house. But children, so at last a compromise was done. The cost of Horace's freedom was settled. He has to open the safe and hand over the jewels to her. Horace thought that he was opening the safe for the lady of the house. He handed the jewels over to her and went out happily. He had forgotten to wear his gloves and left his fingerprint on the safe. After 2 days, Horace was arrested on the basis of those fingerprints because he opened that safe without that gloves. A grey-haired 60 years old lady, the wife of the owner of the house, stated that Horace's story was nonsense. Now I would like to tell you about the short summary here on the important points of the story. So Horace Dunbar was 50 years old and he was unmarried. He made locks and the business was not bad. He was usually very well except for attacks of hay fever in summer. Everyone thought Horace was good, honest and respectable, but he was not completely honest. He was usually very well except for attacks of hay fever in summer. So children, he was having all his nice health, good health, except he was suffering from hay fever in summer. So children, he was suffering, he was quite healthy person except one problem he had, that means he was suffering from hay fever. Now hence Horace Dunbar had a passion for reading a rare and expensive book. For that he needed extra money. He used to rob a safe every year to carry forward his costly hobby. with the money he got from robbing. He secretly bought the books he loved through the agent so that he could not be caught. Well, one more thing he used to do before planning his robbery to buy those expensive books. He used to do careful planning for robberies. Horace Denby never acted in haste. Every robbery was planned completely and it was successful also. He felt sure that his latest robbery at Shotover Grange would be as successful as the other, and for that children he had been studying that house of children Shotover Grange. He was studying its room, its electrical wiring, paths and its garden for 2 weeks. He knew that the two servants were there at the Grange and they had the day when he is going to rob that house, he is going to break and open that safe. Those servants will not be there. They will be going to see the movie. He found out from an article in a magazine where the safe was. He had seen the housekeeper hang the key to the kitchen door. Well, Horace Denby come out from behind the garden wall. He had packed his tool very carefully in a bag and when he entered the house he saw a small dog, but he knew how to make friends with the dog. And children dog started barking. He knew how to keep dog quiet. He called by its right name Sherry. The dog became friendly. He knew that there were 15,000 pounds worth of jewel in the safe. He could easily get 5,000, which sum was enough to make him happy of the year. So suddenly he knew all this secret of the house. That jewelry which was there in the safe, it was worth rupees 15,000 pounds, and he only want to rob the jewelry which cost only 5,000 pounds, which would make him happy for a year, and with that money he would buy those expensive books. It was not a difficult job for him to open the safe. He had lived with locks and safe all his life. Naturally, it was not difficult for him to open the safe because he had lived with locks and safe in all his life. What he done? He had planned in a very nice manner. He planned to do the robbery in Shotover Grange, and for that children he had planned. He had seen where all the rooms are there, where is electric wiring, where are even he knew how many servants that house had, where the keys of the house are being hanged, what is the name of the dog. So all the secret of the house he knew. So now children, he knew that there were 15,000 pound of jewel in the safe. He could easily get 5,000, which sum was enough to make him happy for a year. It was not a difficult job for him to open the safe because as he was used of doing all these jobs. He had lived with locks and safes all his life. He went to the drawing room to open the safe. The safe was there. He felt his nose tickle. He started sneezing. Suddenly he heard a female voice. She advised him to cure his hay fever with a special treatment. He found a young pretty woman dressed in red standing there. Horace mistook the lady in red for the lady of the house. Horace mistook the lady in red for the lady of the house. Children, when he went inside, children suddenly saw a lady came to him and who was dressed all over in red color dress, and children, she had a lot of confidence on her face and authority. So he thought, he was confused that she is the owner of the house, she is the lady of the house. She told Horace that she did not expect a burglar in her house. She also threatened to call the police if he tried to run away. Society must be protected from burglars like him. Horace told her that he robbed only those who had a lot of money. He promised her not to do such a thing again. He requested her to let him go out. All along those proceedings, Horace Denby had been mistaking her as the lady of the house. Well, children, the lady in red makes Horace open the safe. Now Horace told her that he was desperate and she must let him go away. He hated to be in he hated the thought that he should be in the prison. The lady exploited Forrest's confusion and fear. She asked him to make a compromise. He must open the safe for her as she needed the jewelry for the night party, and only then she would not hand him over to the police and would allow him to go out of the house. Forrest opened the safe and handed over the jewel to the young lady, and he went happily thinking that she had saved him by not handing him over to the police. Well, children, third day, it was afternoon. A policeman came and arrested Horace. He was arrested for the jewel robbery at Shotover Grange. He was arrested on the basis of his fingerprints um, left on the safe. He had opened the safe without wearing his gloves. Horace pleaded that the lady of the house herself had asked him to open the safe for her. Then the real lady of the house appeared. She was a grey-haired, sharp-tongued woman of 60. She stated that Horace's story was nonsense. The young lady in red decamped with the jewel while Horace was sent to prison. The lady in red was the real culprit and a burglar. She outwitted and outmaneuvered Horace Delphi completely. So children, she was so clever, that lady. Okay, and children, she was gifted with a rare personality. She was full of confidence. She acted like a perfect actress, presenting herself to the lady of the house. Even the dog was rubbing against her in a very friendly manner. In a very subtle way, she told Horace that she wanted to wear the jewel in the safe for a party. That night, she made him open the safe without glove. Horace willingly handed over the jewel, and she decamped with them. What is the meaning of decamp? She ran away with them. Now, so children, now today we will be doing the explanation of the lesson. Okay, I think we have already done till page number 22. We have done, and I'm going to start the this read and find out. After this, I'm going to start. It was quite kindly voiced, that one with firmness in it. A woman was standing in the doorway, and Sherry was rubbing against her. Now, children, when he was he was sneezing, then somebody told her that you can cure this disease by going to the doctor. He was surprised, and children, he was surprised to see a lady was standing in the doorway, and the dog Sherry was rubbing against her. She was young, quite pretty, and was dressed in red. She walked to the fireplace and straightened the ornaments there. And down, Sherry, she said. Anybody would think I had been away for a month. Now, children, the way she was talking to dog, children, it seems that she knew the dog well, and she was pretending to act as if she is the owner or the lady of that house. She told Sherry, the dog. Anybody, when he was still climbing, he put her leg on her and climbing, trying to show his affection. She said to him, anyone would think I had been away for a month, and you have to be down, Sherry. She smiled at Horace and went on. However, I came back just in time, though I did not expect to meet a burglar. So she is telling, I came just in time, and I did not expect to meet a burglar here in my house. Horace had some hope, because she seemed to be amused at meeting him. He might avoid trouble if he treated her the right way. Now, even Horace was thinking that she might behave with him in a very nice manner. He replied, I did not expect to meet one of the family. In a very nice manner, he also replied that he did not expect to meet one of the family. She nodded. I see. What an inconvenience it is for you to meet me. So, children, what did she told? Now she told, uh, what I see, what an inconvenience it is for you to meet me. What are you going to do now? Children, she told me, what are you going to do now? Horace said, my first thought was to run. So he told that I really want to run. Okay, because I did not expect to meet any one of the family members. Uh, of course, you could do that, but I would telephone the police and tell them all about you. They would get you at once. So she told, you can run, but let me also tell you that I will ring to the police and I will tell you all about you. Horace said, I would of course out the telephone wires, cut the telephone wire first and then. Naturally, Horace told her that he had already cut the telephone wire and then meant he could not complete his sentence. Okay, he hesitated, a smile on his face. I would make sure that you could do nothing for some time. A few hours would be enough. So he told me, for a few hours, by the time you will come call somebody to mend the telephone wire, I will be away and you can do nothing. She looked at him seriously. You had hurt me. So she told him, you had hurt me. Horace paused and then said, I think I was trying to frighten you when I said that. So he told, I did not hurt you, but I was trying to frighten you. You did not frighten me, but she told me, I did not get frightened by you. Horace suggested, it would be nice if you would forget you ever saw me, let me go. Now Horace told me it would be very nice of her if she would let him go and he would forget her. The voice was suddenly sharp, much and very sharply that lady told, why should I? You were going to rob me? If I let you go, you will only rob someone else. So she told me, today you were going to rob me, but if I will leave you, you will rob someone else. Society must be protected from men like you. So she said this in a very firm voice. She told the society must be protected from men like you. Horace smiled. I am not a man who threatens society. I steal only from those who have a lot of money. So he told me, I am not a man who threatens society. I steal only from those who have a lot of money. I steal for a very good reason and I hate the thought of us. She laughed and he begged, thinking that he had persuaded her. Look, I have no right to ask you for anything, but I am desperate. Let me go and I promise never to do this kind of thing again. I really mean it. Now he started begging to her. He told that let me go. I'm already desperate. Desperate means I'm in despair. I'm hopeless now. Okay, so please allow me to go, and I promise you that I would not do this kind of thing again. I really mean it. She was silent, watching him closely. Then she said, you are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you? She came over to him, shaking her hand. I've always liked the wrong kind of people. Now she told, I really like the wrong kind of people. She picked up a silver box from the table and took a cigarette from it. And she picked up a silver box from the table. She started smoking. Horace, eager to please her and seeing that she might help him, took off his gloves and gave her his cigarette lighter. So Horace just to make her happy so that she could leave him. What he had done, he had offered her his own cigarette lighter by taking off his gloves. You will let me go, he held the lighter towards her. So then he lighted the lighter, held the lighter towards her and told him, you will let me go or not? Yes, but only if you will do something for me. She told, okay, I will let you go, but you have to do something for me. Anything you say. Before we left for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to our bank. But I left them here in the safe. Now he told me before we were going for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels to our bank, but I left them here in the safe. And I want to wear them to a party tonight, so I came down to get them. She told that today there is a party and I want to put those jewelries, so I came here. But means she saw him. Horace smiled. You've forgotten the numbers to open the safe, haven't you? Horace told, oh, you have forgotten the number of the safe to open the safe? Yes, replied the young lady. Just leave it to me and we will have them within an hour. So he told, okay, no problem. Within an hour, I will open that safe and whatever jewelry you want to have, you can take it. But I will have to break your safe. Now he told, but since you are not knowing the number, you have forgotten the number, so I have to break I have to break your safe. Don't worry about that. My husband won't be here for a month and I will have the safe mended by that time. So she told, you don't get worried, my husband is not here, and mended means repaired. Mended means, you can write it, repair. So she told, my husband will be there after a month and by that time she will be repaired that safe. Now children, we are here at page number 24. And within an hour, Horace had opened the safe. Now children, it took half an hour and Horace had opened the safe, given her the jewels and gone happily. Now children, he had given her the jewel and he had gone happily. For 2 days he kept his promise to the kind young lady. For 2 days children, he kept his promise to the kind young lady. On the morning of the third day, however, he thought of the books he wanted and he knew he would have a look for another safe. Now children, for 2 days he kept his promise to the kind young lady. On the morning of the third day, however, he thought of the books he wanted and he knew that he has to look in some another safe to get the money. But he never got the chance, children. Why? Let's see why. To begin his plan. By noon, a policeman had arrested him for the jewel robbery at Shotwell Green. Now children, by afternoon a policeman came there and he told her that he is going to arrest him for the jewel robbery at Shotover Grange. His fingerprints, for he had opened the safe without gloves, and the policeman told him, we have found that the safe was broken and all over the safe were your fingerprints, and that means you were not even putting gloves for your protection, were all over the room. And no one believed him when he said that the wife of the owner of the house had asked him to open the safe for her. He tried to convince a policeman that the owner or the lady of the house, she only told him to break open the safe. Okay, nobody was getting convinced because the wife herself, because children, the actual lady of the house was the wife herself of the owner. She came there. She was a grey-haired, that means she was an aged lady, sharp-tongued woman of 60. She was not a soft-tongued woman, she was a sharp-tongued woman. Her age was about 60. Said that the story was nonsense. She told that the story which he is telling is nonsense. The story which he is telling is fake. And he believes, she told that this is a fake story and whatever he is telling, it is nonsense. So children, Horace could not say to support him. He was helpless because all the proofs were against him, and even the lady to whom he was thinking, children, was the lady of the house. In fact, she was a thief, and he was feeling, children, that why he ever had believed in that lady. Horace is now the assistant librarian in the prison. Now children, he got the job of the assistant librarian in the prison. He often thinks of the charming, clever young lady who was in the same profession. Now children, whenever he was free, because he was a person who never liked to go to prison, and after all, he was in prison now. So whenever children he was free, he often thinks of that charming, clever young lady who was in the same profession as he was. So what was their profession? To break open the thief. The both were barbarians, and who tricked him, and she tricked him. She made him a fool. Children, how easily he was tricked. He was feeling angry. He gets very angry when anyone talks about honor among thieves. Now children, he won the jail also. He was given the title honor among thieves because he was not law. He was given the post of the assistant librarian because they know that he loves reading. So he was given the post of assistant librarian. And children, he gets very angry when anybody talks about honor among thieves. So children, he did not like this word when anybody used to call him honor among thieves. So children, there are many words which I think you should know the meaning, like hay fever is a disorder affecting the nose and throat. People, it's a disorder of nose and throat, and caused by allergy to pollen or dust. So now children, I would like to do some question answer with you. So first we will, children, if you have to write the character sketch of Horace Denby, what are you going to write? So Horace Denby was about 50. First you have to tell him about his age, and he was unmarried. He was 50 years old and he was unmarried. Everybody thought him a good and honest citizen. He was otherwise very well and happy except for the attacks of hay fever in summer. Okay, and you can give the example that when he went to that house to break open the safe, he started sneezing when he came behind the garden, and when he entered the house, then also he started sneezing. He was started feeling from hay fever as the flowers were there in the flower pot inside the room. So children, you have to prove yourself by giving the example in character sketch. He made blocks and was fairly successful at his business. Now children, we have already discussed about his physical future, that he was 50 years old and he was unmarried, and what his business was, he used to make law. Okay, and he was very well and happy except for attacks of hay fever in summer. And children, he made laws and was fairly successful at his business. Horace Denby was good and respectable but not completely honest. He used to rob a safe every year. He used to do so because he needed money to buy books. He had a passion for buying rare and costly books. He would rob only the rich person. He never hurt anyone and carried no weapon with him. He was not very aggressive and did not want to go to prison. So children, and you can write some more thing, that he was a very generous thief. He never used to take a lot of money. Only he used to take a small amount of money so that he could buy those books. You can also write about him, children, that when he entered the house, when the lady of the house came and she made him fool, he believed her words and tried to help her. So he was a kind-hearted person, and he was not very clever, though he was in a profession of burglary, but he was not that cruel person. He never used to he never used to, children, kill anyone. He never used to harm anyone when he used to go for burglary. Okay, so this you can write it. Then lot of things that when the lady of the house told him to open the safe, he only requested her. He keep on requesting her. Children, he could have done by force also, because the telephone wires were cut, but he was not that person. Okay, then children, you can write that he was a very careful person. Whenever he used to do robbery, he used to do in a very careful planning. He used to make a careful planning of his robbery, and mostly he was successful in all his robbery. Okay. So children, these are this point, children, you have to elaborate it, because in what is a character sketch of a person, we always start with the positive points about him. We have to write with the introductory line, children, we have to write about him. Okay, and then some points we have to write not negative but positive hymns, and like children, all the good things about him, and like he was very good person. Aged, we will describe that what was his age. He was unmarried. He was a good person, quite hale and hearty, except that he was to suffer from the hay fever. And then you have to give 2 examples from your book. So something like that, children, you have to do. Okay. Then lady in red also, question, the character sketch of lady in red. Now you have to think. I will be giving you some hint that she was gifted with a rare personality. She is full of confidence. Okay, then you have to give the confidence. Her confidence level was so high. This you have to tell children. Okay, how? You have to prove your worth. And she was a good, perfect actress, planning herself as the lady of the house. You have to write here by giving how she made fool to him. And even the dog was rubbing against her in a friendly manner. And then children, what a deal. She was a very clever lady. She had done a deal with him that if you break open the safe, he would not hand him over to the police and he would allow him to go. And children, in a very cunning manner, she was so clever. She knew that when the real lady will come, when they will complain to the police, and she also might be called. So she, in a very clever manner, she told him to put out his gloves and then open the safe. Okay, and poor fellow, he did the same thing, and he was children. He very badly. He was children. What happened to him? He was got arrested by the police. So she was a very clever lady. Okay. So in my next video, children, I will be discussing the question and answer with you. And with this, I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.